Welcome to the Wedding Obsessed podcast designed to help you plan your dream day. I'm your host, Adriana, and each week I'm joined by the wedding industry's top professionals, celebs, influencers, and friends who share tips, trends, advice, and mistakes they've made so you don't have to. This is the Prenup Podcast.
I wanted to start today's podcast with a little confession. I am not the kind of person or planner who really pays a lot of attention to grooms. Whenever I hear about a celebrity wedding or whenever I'm tending to any kind of couple, it's really just a lot of concern about the bride. And that's not really fair. The grooms deserve a little love as well. And I'm thrilled today to have someone who's somewhat of an expert in groomswear, not just groomswear, but all suitwear. Her name is Katy Eriks. Katy is the director of customer experience at a company that you definitely do know called Suitshop. Suitshop is an affordable place to purchase suits for weddings for any kind of person, every man, woman, child. There's a suit for. They're beautiful. I recommend them to any couple that I'm working with. I do have a special discount code for prenup brides and grooms. The discount code is typically just for my clients, but I am opening it up now to podcast listeners. If you follow the directions below, you are going to get that special exclusive prenup discount code for Suitshop should you want to use it. But today, Katy and I chat about some current weddings going on and some of the groomswear that we're really loving, stepping outside of the box when it comes to groomswear, because a lot of times the looks can feel a little bit repetitive, and I think it's important to showcase all different kinds of styles and looks on the day. Just because you are a groom or you're wearing a suit to a wedding doesn't mean it has to be one size fit all. You can do so many different things with your wear, and Katy has a lot of knowledge and insight on this. So if you're a bride assisting a groom, if you're a groom assisting a groom, if you're just anyone interested in this, Suitshop is a great option for everyone, for every style, for every budget. So excited to welcome Katy back, especially because we recorded together before and I had an issue where basically the recording was unsalvageable, and Katy was so kind to come back, and we actually touched on a lot of different things. It's been a little while since we chatted, so I was glad to catch up with her and find out the latest in Suitshop. You're going to love the conversation. Welcome to the prenup, Katy Eriks. All right, Katy. So a formal welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. So just a little disclaimer to everyone. Katy and I had an awesome conversation a few months ago, and because I'm not tech savvy, it got scrapped. So I'm trying to redeem myself today, but she's super knowledgeable and we're going to go into some really fun topics. A lot of fun things have happened with Suitshop since we last spoke, which I definitely want to get into. But I want to kind of start with just some fun, notable weddings that have been going on. Some like celebs / pseudo celebs who have gotten married just because it is, the fall wedding season. And I'm going to take it in a direction that I usually don't. So I am guilty of really just paying heavy attention to bride and bridal wear. I love traditional bridal wear, the gown, the accessories, but the grooms need some love, right?
They do. They don't get enough, I think.
I agree. So I'm going to go through a couple people and I'm going to just kind of highlight what they wore and get your thoughts on it.
All right. I'm excited.
Awesome. So this past weekend, the Bachelor's Dean Ungelgert and Kaylin Miller Keys got married. And I know them as Dean and Kaylin. I don't think I even watched that season, but I'm like so obsessed with any social media wedding that I'm just like all in it. So Dean had a really great style. I loved it. They had a Colorado wedding, but he took a lot of inspiration from Texas. So for the ceremony, Dean wore traditional tuxtails, a white waistcoat, a bolo tie, and a pocket watch, which I thought was really sharp. Yeah. And then for reception, he did a white dinner jacket with black lapel, a red pocket square, and a beautiful brown cowboy hat that I really enjoyed. So Katy, as a professional in this space, your thoughts on the look?
I love bolo ties. They are trending so much right now, and can really like elevate the look, I think. Even more than a tie, sometimes they just like are unique and show off your personality a little bit more. I also love the change from ceremony to reception. I mean, brides have been doing this forever, right? Changing into a party dress. So why not have the groom have that moment for himself as well?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think, you know, we kind of forget the day is about the groom too, because even when it comes to things like styling, they're so pigeonholed. Grooms typically, you know, a traditional groom in a suit into what, excuse me, into what they feel like they're able to wear. So I just
Yes.
love kind of like taking the chance on something else. Like you said, the bolo tie. I put a little poll out on Instagram. It's like, oh, what was your favorite accessory? And I think the cowboy hat did end up winning it, but the bolo tie
Yeah.
was close. And that's, I love the pocket watch too. I'm like, what a chic oil tycoon look. Like, I
Yeah.
just love it.
I
And
love when it's like a family heirloom or something that's really important that was incorporated. I see those
yes.
a lot, and that's just so beautiful.
Yeah, I think that's so special to implement. And really anything that just kind of goes outside the box, I'm very
Yeah.
attracted to. So a couple months ago, a friend of mine was going to a wedding. And when he got back, I was like, oh, how was it? And, you know, I'm asking about the dress. He's like, I just feel like all wedding dresses kind of look the same. I'm like, have you seen suits? Like, you guys all wear the same, like literally the same thing. And even when it comes to groomsmen, there's not really typically a lot of variation in what the guys wear. And I think there could be a little room for personalization, don't you think?
Yeah, I would think the girls, everything looks unique in my mind.
Me
So
too.
that's funny. That was the takeaway.
That's just like a typical hetero boy, you
Yes.
know.
It was white, isn't that? Aren't they all white?
It had lace, I think. So the next wedding that I wanted to go through, are you a Smashing Pumpkins fan?
Yes, this
Okay.
wedding look is iconic.
I
Oh my God.
agree. So I am embarrassed to say I only know maybe one Smashing Pumpkins song. However, you know, I can certainly appreciate this. So Billy Corgan married longtime girlfriend Chloe Menzel, and she looked absolutely fabulous
Mhm.
as well. We can touch on that, but his look included the following. He did a pleated tux skirt. It was tailored so beautifully. Um, Another thing that I noticed, and you would know better than I do, but the positioning of his bow tie was very interesting to me. It was under the collar. Is that
Mhm.
common?
Definitely not.
Yeah,
He did have, I think, a wingtip style tuxedo shirt, which is a little bit different, a little more traditional than what you really see these days. So
yeah,
since the, you know, collar is so small, it's very easy to slip the bow tie underneath
I see.
than like the normal spread collars that we usually see at weddings.
It was very cool. I absolutely loved it. And then another detail that I really loved, and you kind of touched on this, he had embroidered in his jacket an illustration that kind of symbolized his family. He and Chloe have two kids together, and
Yeah.
I just thought that was really beautiful and special. So, your thoughts on the look in total?
I love anytime someone shows like who they are in their look. Truly, no one else is pulling that off. You know, it was designed for him specifically.
Yes.
Definitely, even not even just a skirt, but like wide-legged pants and pleats are coming back right now. And it's fun to see, but he still kept it very traditional. It's black and white. It's a tuxedo, you know, it's
Yeah.
still classic.
For sure. And like you said too, he also did an outfit change. So he changed into the pants for a reception, you know, to party in. And
Yeah.
like you said with Dean, it's like, why not? You know, ladies do their party dress, their after party dress, and like do outfit changes. You only get this one day. It's so fun.
Yeah. And I love having something like hidden inside the jacket. I see that a lot, whether it's like a photo that's, you know, imprinted in the lining or maybe just like an embroidered heart with their initials. Something
Yeah.
sweet that you'll have to hold on to.
Absolutely. My husband actually surprised me on our wedding day. He had cufflinks with my baby pictures on them, which I thought was like so
Cute. Oh.
sweet. He just loves his picture of me as a kid. I look a mess, but it's like, he loves it. So another thing that I thought was really cool with this wedding specifically, Gilles Menzel, who is Chloe Menzel's father, is a designer. He designed both looks and kind of designed them to complement each other. And it got me thinking about, you know, just the traditions of the day, and, you know, bride and groom don't see each other. You don't see, you know, the outfits. But I kind of, since learning this, have been obsessed with the idea of curating and styling outfits to complement each other, especially for less traditional couples. Give me your thoughts on that.
I'm so torn on this because I know, like, I was excited to show my husband my wedding dress on our first look and have it be a surprise for that moment. It's so fun. But I work with a lot of LGBTQ couples, and they are both going to wear suits, and they want to make sure that they're coordinating. So sometimes they come in together, sometimes they come one at a time, so that we know, okay, they chose this color, and we'll make sure it coordinates. But even I'm so back and forth on whether it's nice to have the element of surprise, or if it's really design that is more important.
It totally depends on the couple. And, you know, I'm fearful to even put the idea into the ether, because God forbid you go against the grain of something that people typically do for weddings. Like, you're coming for marriage. I'm not coming for anything. It's just nice to have options. Like, some people spend the morning together. You know, I see that a lot more now. Couples having breakfast together. It's, I don't know.
You see a lot of getting ready together, especially if it's a small wedding. I mean, elopements for sure, but I think the micro weddings that were trending in COVID are still happening. Yes. And I see a lot of couples that will get ready together morning of, which is really sweet.
I think it is too. And, you know, I did most of my things traditional, so I can't speak to, you know, but I know there are so many couples, brides, grooms who are always looking for something, trying to think outside the box of, like, I just want to kind of break the mold, and I don't want to do it the way everyone always did it. And I think it could be fun, even if you are going to maybe style something together or show your significant other a picture. Maybe you don't show them you in it, you know? Like, how many people I showed my bridal gown to, no one remembers. They didn't see me. They saw a picture of it, and no one's ever going to remember. My husband would have no idea.
Yeah, I think that's a good compromise for sure. Showing like, here's what it looked like on the runway. So
for sure.
It'll be something like that. But I think overall, I don't believe that anything is bad luck. I think sometimes that, like, stigma gets in, like, oh, if you see each other before the wedding, or if you spend the night together, it's bad luck. I definitely don't believe in any of that.
Yeah, I don't either. For weddings, I really don't. I do have other superstitions. And when it comes to weddings, I'm like, it's a celebration of your love. Like, do what you want. A lot of people, you know, they've already lived together for some time, and, you know, if they're not going to have kids right away, their daily lives are not going to change very much. It's really just like a big celebration. So enjoy it. So we talked about some of the things that, you know, Dean and Billy did. What are, in your opinion, some other ways that maybe grooms could individualize their style and put personal touches on their wear?
Yeah, no matter what wedding is happening, I always think the groom should do something to stand out. So it could be something small, like a different tie color than the groomsmen, or the groom's the only one wearing a boutonniere or something like that, like a subtle detail. But I see a lot of grooms wearing different colored suits, different patterned suits. I think whatever you're going to do, the groom should be the most formal. I always get grooms asking me, like, is it okay if I'm in a tuxedo and the guys aren't? I'm like, yes, it's your day.
Yeah.
Your bride is going to be in this, you know, elaborate gown. Why shouldn't you be in a tuxedo?
Totally.
It fits.
Yes. So that's just a funny story. I'll call out my best friend. But when she was getting married, she was like, question, if I'm doing black tie, because she sent out save the date that did mention that it would be black tie optional, I believe. She's like, if I'm doing black tie, does Cal have to wear a tux? And I was like, well, By definition, yeah. I mean, you're
Yes.
expecting your guests to dress at a certain caliber and arrive at a certain style. Like, at minimum, the groom should be at that style. Even if your guests aren't gonna, wear a full tux, they should at least be in
Yeah.
a dark suit. Like, but if you have mentioned black tie, you don't want him wearing anything other than a tux. And I think she ended up reneging on it because she loved she actually helped him pick his suit and everything. And
Nice.
she's very stylish and, has a great sense. But, it's interesting what you said, like the groom should be the most formal. Yeah, I agree. And, again, everyone can do what they want, but it's like when you're asking people to show up in a certain way, you want to set that precedent.
If it's black tie, even black tie optional, the groom does need to be in a tuxedo, or else you can just say it's formal, or you don't say anything at all.
Sure. Yeah. Just come as you are.
Yes.
And we'll all wear. And boy, have I seen some interesting people coming as they are, even with direction. One of my best friends, her uncle is adorable, and like no one cared, obviously, because he's so cute and he's older, but he did come in his baseball cap, and she was just like, that's uncle, that's no big deal.
It's expected.
It's expected. I know. It's for some family members, it's like there's always one. There's never going to be a perfect wedding. So we have been talking a lot about grooms, more than I think I've ever spoken about grooms in one setting. So I do want to shift just a little bit, not totally, to brides, and specifically alternate bridal wear, specifically suits. And maybe not just for brides, maybe for anyone in wedding party or as a wedding guest who wants to wear a suit and is more comfortable in it, or just wants to do something a little different. So when I was thinking about this, it reminded me of Suitshop, and I don't know if you would feel comfortable or mind sharing just the story of the transition from what Suitshop was to, where it is now and how inclusive it is.
Yeah, for sure. When we launched our business, we were actually called the Groomsman Suit, and it was after our co-founder got married and rented tuxedos and didn't like the experience and thought she could design tuxedos that men could own for the same price as the rental. So that's always been like our motto. And then we just had more and more women coming in asking for suits. They were in the men's side of the bridal party. They wanted to match the guys, or someone's sister didn't feel comfortable in a dress and wanted to wear a suit. And it took us a few years to really perfect the women's line to be like a masculine suit to complement our men's suits, because so many times you go shopping for a women's suit and it's like got frills or it's cropped or something. It's like hard to find just a nice tailored look. Mm-hmm. And then in 2021, we rebranded to Suitshop, and really because we are suits for anybody. So we have suits for men, women, non-binary folks, children. And we wanted everyone to know that they were welcome. And for sure, it was a great change. And we've really been embraced as Suitshop.
Yeah, you guys have grown so much, and, the styles are so great. And it's really important to have, because I think for everyone, you have these traditional roles, and then people feel like, especially in formal wear, not a lot of people attend a lot of formal events. So when they're looking for something to wear, sometimes they feel very pigeonholed in what they're able to put on. I know I even talk about a lot mother of the bride gowns.
Yeah.
I have such a problem with it. Like, why are we marketing these very matronly dresses and we're calling them mother of the bride gowns? And it's like, why can't we just wear a beautiful dress that we like? And, why is this the expectation? Like, moms are hot as anyone else. They should be able, and if they love that style, that's awesome. But anyone should be able to wear that style.
I remember shopping with my mom for that dress, and she very much was like, I will not look like this.
Yes.
And she ended up in this long, like lace, navy and gold, beautiful, like V-neck dress. And she looked amazing.
It sounds gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, and especially if you're someone who maybe is expected to wear a dress, but maybe wants to wear a suit, feel like you don't really have somewhere to go. And
Yeah.
the styles at Suitshop, every style that you have for every kind of person, they're beautiful, and they fit well, and people look and feel confident. And I just had a wedding recently, and the groom's party all wore Suitshop, and they looked fabulous. I'll send you a picture.
Please do.
I will. But when I think of like a bridal suit, kind of what you were saying, the first thing that always comes to my mind is Bianca Jagger. I don't know if you remember that look. It's like,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, and it's a fabulous look, and I don't think it's overly feminine. It does have that, kind of like wide brim hat, but
Yeah.
suits really can be very masculine, very feminine, or somewhere in between. And
Yeah.
even if you aren't part of the LGBTQ community, or you don't identify in there, like,
Right.
you can still go outside the box. If you don't want to wear a gown, don't wear a gown.
Right. Wear what you're comfortable in.
I agree.
Definitely see a lot of bridal suits for elopements, for that
Yes.
after party look. I mean, it's comfortable to dance in pants, than a
Yes.
dress, or for the rehearsal dinner or like the getaway.
Yeah.
There's a lot of options if you don't want to wear it to like the ceremony, to still have that style if it's what you're
Definitely.
comfortable in.
Yeah. And I see a lot of like, if you Pinterest like the cool bride, a lot of times she's in this great suit. And again, it's not like an overly feminine type suit, but
Yeah.
she still maybe has like a little veil and sunglasses, and you can jazz it up in any way that you want,
Yeah. Some sparkly shoes.
Yeah,
Whatever
absolutely.
works.
Whatever works. So, we kind of talked about grooms maybe not getting as much recognition as they should, and with that comes the groom's party as well. So a lot of times we focus on bridesmaids and the bridesmaids proposal and the morning of gift, and we do a little something for the groom's party, but not a lot of focus is put on it. So I wanted to just get your take and opinion. Do you have any fun ideas for groom's party proposals and or morning of gifts for groom's party?
I think for a proposal, like, know who your crew is. Like, if you're the whiskey drinking crew, then get them that, bottle with a glass as
Yes.
your proposal. Or if it's like a golfing crew, maybe invite all the guys to a golf outing and then propose to them, as a group together.
Love it.
I think tailor that proposal to who your friends are for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For morning of, I always recommend a couples to gift the groomsmen their accessories, really so they don't forget to bring them. But it's also nice that, if they're paying for their suit or tuxedo, that they don't have to pay for the socks and the tie and the belt or whatever it might be. It's nice to give them that in the morning and then have like good food and drinks while you're getting ready.
Yeah, that's a great gift. I love that idea, especially because we know a lot of people in general, they can be forgetful. It's a lot going on with the wedding. So, just to give them that little help.
Yeah.
And it's also a gift. My last wedding that used Suitshop, the groom gifted the groomsmen like a portion of money toward their suits, which
yes, that's also really nice.
it is, because for a lot of people, especially young people getting married, maybe this is the first wedding they've ever gone to, their own, or one that they're a groomsman in. That's a trend that I've noticed a lot too. Like, I'm seeing a lot of younger people getting married, whereas coming up for me, it was like, okay, you wait till you're 30 and then you like figure it out. But I'm seeing a lot of like 23, 24-year-olds getting married. I'm like, wow, that's wild. I can't imagine it, when I was that age. They're a lot more mature than I was, and it's the right decision for people. Like, they know when they're ready, and I think that's great. But maybe they don't know a lot about weddings or wedding wear. So in your opinion, when a groom is choosing the wear for his party, how do you know when it's right to rent or buy?
We get this question a lot.
Hmm.
I mean, we try to position our price point so that it's very comparable to the rentals. I
Okay.
think often when you get engaged and you're thinking about, suits, that your mind just goes to rentals. It's just very traditional. It's what everyone has always done.
You rented your tux
Um,
for the prom, like you'll rent your
exactly.
tux.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, we'll just do that again. It seems easy, but it can often be more complicated. The grooms and don't get their suits until maybe 2 weeks before the wedding. If it doesn't fit, they're kind of like rushing to figure out sizing. It has to go back the day after the wedding,
And it's always just
probably
like a
hungover
little
or
bit,
traveling or something.
yeah, it's always just like a little bit ill-fitted too, you know?
Yes,
No, I shouldn't say always. Some places do a great
sometimes.
job, but yeah, you typically can tell when it's a rental, right?
Yeah. I think when the guys can own their suit, they also care more about what it looks like. If the tuxedo rental comes in and it's not perfect, they're like, yeah, well, it's just one day, not my wedding. So who cares?
Right.
But
Right.
if they get to keep the suit, then they will actually care about getting it tailored or making sure it fits right and putting it in exchange because they know they'll be wearing it again and again. And it's even great for those like younger couples, like you said, that they're probably maybe this wedding's the first one they're going to be in. And then next summer there's going to be four. And, as we were growing up, it just escalates every summer. And it's nice to have that staple in your closet to wear again and again.
Definitely. Like you said, they're taking more pride in it, and especially maybe for someone who this is their first real suit. It's like it's kind
Yeah.
of a big moment, and you guys are priced at a point that is realistic and feasible for any budget, which is really great. I actually do have a prenup discount code, and I'll leave the directions in there. It's not just for anyone, but if you follow the directions, can get access to that. But if someone is going to order their suit through Suitshop, can you kind of just walk through that process a little bit?
Yeah. So we have a great fit finder tool on our website that just asks simple questions. It's height, weight, pant size, shoe size, age, and you choose images of what your body type looks like. So we don't want anyone to feel like they have to go out and get measurements taken. We want it to be like very convenient to do from your home. That recommendation is about 85% accurate. So really pretty good. More accurate, the more truthful you are about how much you weigh, what your pant size is. And then once you place your order, it arrives about a week later. And we do free returns and exchanges on all orders. So if it's not a great fit the first try, it's very easy to swap out. And it doesn't matter how close or how far away the wedding is. As soon as you order, it's on its way to you, which is really nice.
Amazing. Yeah. And that's especially helpful for, maybe all of your groomsmen don't live in one area. You went to college somewhere else. And,
Yeah.
I have heard a lot of horror stories, and, not to shit on renting, but of someone having to pick up someone else's tux, and like maybe a piece is missing or it's the wrong pants. So just to have it with you, and you're responsible for your own items. And
Yeah. But that might be a pro to renting if your group is not as responsible.
well,
I think most of the time it comes down to budget and thinking that renting is the cheaper way to go.
yeah, because a lot of people would
But
just assume that even without looking, especially if they
yes,
don't know a lot about suits in general. But even people who do know, they just assume it's like, oh yeah, I went to Brooks Brothers, and it's like, yeah, it's
yeah,
not to call anyone out, but they're expensive, and it doesn't mean they're not beautiful, but it's just not for every price point.
right. Yeah.
So with that, I want to go into just a little game with you, if you will. So this is a this or that, and based on your expertise and your opinion, want to just get your answers. So,
All right.
Katie,
Ready.
this or that, tie or bow tie,
Tie.
bolo tie or tie.
Ooh. Still tie. Still tie.
Love it. Okay. What about big bridal party or small/no bridal party?
Small.
Like small?
Yeah.
What's your ideal size?
2 on each side.
Ooh, I like that. And then it's just
Yeah.
kind of like so symmetrical and perfect for pictures too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what about monochromatic or colorful?
Struggle with this one. If it's black tie, monochromatic. I want
Yeah.
everyone in black. I love that. White flowers, gorgeous. But if
Agree.
your setting is like in the woods or more rustic, then bring on the color.
Yeah, yeah. And it really does depend on what the color is too.
Yes.
Okay. What about for suits, oversized or slim fit?
Slim fit for sure for men, but I do like oversized for women. That's trending right now, and that oversized blazer is cute.
It's so cute. And, even when I see like trendier men on red carpets, I don't know any in my personal life who have sauntered into the oversized suit, bringing that back, except my Uncle Don, who never let it go. As good as they look, I mean, they're being styled professionally, of course, too. Like they have the nips and tucks, but like a slim fit suit just looks so much better.
It looks really nice.
It complements the body so much better.
Yes, agreed. No matter what your body type is, I think slim fit is always flattering, like when it's fitted to you.
I think a lot of men get confused with slim fit and skinny fit. So they think if they're wearing a slim fit pant, it's going to be like, a legging on them.
Right. No, it should not be.
It should, as long as you're honest about your sizing, it should not be. Okay, Katy. So before I let you go, I always finish with a little fun after party game. So just a few questions for you. So question 1, you answered these once upon a time, but the audience didn't get to hear. So maybe you've had some changes since then. So first question, what is your top recommended honeymoon destination?
Ooh, that's a fun one. I love the beach. So anywhere where you can go and sip on a margarita and hear the ocean waves and relax, that would be my go-to.
Heck yeah. Where did you take a honeymoon? Did you take one?
I went to Thailand. And yes, it was very relaxing. Lots of great food and drinks, very affordable Thai massages. It was awesome.
That sounds incredible. Oh my gosh. I've heard the best things about Thailand.
Yeah. We can't wait to go back, hopefully for our 10th anniversary. That's our goal.
Is that coming up?
We are at 7 right now. So pretty close.
So you're pretty close. Oh, I love it. I would love to go to Thailand. It sounds gorgeous. Okay. Question number 2. What is your dream wedding cake flavor?
Ooh. Maybe like a confetti cake, like something fun that you don't normally see in like a traditional cake. Like not just white, not just chocolate, something fun.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's the extra sugar, but confetti just tastes so much better than regular vanilla cake.
It tastes really good.
It's so freaking
maybe
good.
Because the sprinkles.
It couldn't hurt. Okay, question number 3. What song do you need to hear at a wedding?
I need to hear something like, let's see, maybe like a dance song that gets everyone off their feet, like Cupid Shuffle.
Okay.
Like no matter who is in the, crowd, I feel like everyone gets out of their seats for those type of songs. And that's fun because when there's just 4 people on the dance floor, it's like kind of awkward. So you want everyone out there.
Yes, definitely. I was at a wedding as a guest last Saturday and the Cupid Shuffle came on and I was already on the dance floor. So I was like, I'm staying, like I'm doing Cupid Shuffle. And a couple people were like, oh, wow, I'm not doing that. And then within like 30 seconds, like they're back and they're like,
Exactly. You can't help it.
You can't. It's such a good song. Okay, Katy. And then last question I have for you is, what is one piece of wisdom you could impart on any couple getting married?
I think just focus on it being your day and, don't worry about making other people happy and doing what you think is right. Have it look the way you want it to look, figure out what's important to you, and it'll be great.
I love it. Yeah, that's great advice. Everyone should just be true to themselves, and they should definitely check out Suitshop. Katy, where can everyone find you and Suitshop?
Yeah, so it's suitshop.com. Very easy.
Very easy.
And then we're on socials as Suitshop Official.
Love it. Love it. And I'll have everything linked below. Thank you so much for doing this again with me. It's such a pleasure to talk with you.
Thank you. I hope it works out this time.
Thank you so much for listening to the episode today. Please like, review, rate, subscribe, follow, whatever the things are. It's really, really helpful. If you do support us, there's something in it for you too. You'll have the opportunity to win a free prenup bridal prep planner. We give one away every month. I have the directions on how to do that below, so make sure you check that out. Thank you again for listening. Happy planning. See you next Wednesday.